Discord. So merong mga parts na na-miss yung. So for those who are not able to join us today, may konting parts na na-miss kayo pero madali pa lang naman yun. Yun yung bisecting, na-miss nyo, tsaka yung copying the lens. So, sige, pwede ko, hindi, wag na. Okay na yun. So, eto, basahin nyo na lang yung modules kung paano gawin tong bisecting and for those who were not able to um, come today. Okay? So, nasa na nga tayo? So, kokopyahan natin tong distance na to. Ito siya. Tapos, lipat natin siya dito. So, ito yung pin natin ng compass. Lalagay natin dyan. O yung center ng compass. Tapos, we do is strike natin siya na ganyan. Okay? So now, if we connect this one and the endpoint, that should be angle ABC copied into this parang orientation. Okay, so if I want to do the final answer, kuha ko na and I'll use white for my final answer. So parang ganyan. So this is now my final answer. And ito, mga construction, itong yellow, bale, construction lines ko lang siya. So if I lower the opacity, parang ganyan. So this is what my final answer would look like. No? Parang ganyan. Meron akong angle. The angle has been copied. Tapos yung common notation din ng ginagawa to signify na you have copied this angle is, kunwari meron kang ganyan, you would say na parang you draw markings to indicate na same angle sila. Pero hindi naman necessary siya na gawin. No? Okay? So, 100% pa lang ulit. Okay, so that's transferring an angle. Medyo madali lang din, no? Yung transferring an angle. Okay? Wala tayong problems dito. May questions ba? Parang wala naman. Hindi ko baka kailangan ko ibalik yung, wait lang, ibalik ko na lang yung compass natin. Yung drawing compass para mas ma-imagine nyo. Baka may iba na nahihirapan. No? Ito. I think this is a better image. No? Ano ko lang. Yan. I think this would be better for your scenario. No? Para mas ma-imagine nyo. Okay, so kung ito yung compass natin, yan, ito yung parang pin niya, tapos nandito yung drawing tool natin. Bali, ang ginagawa ko, class, no, is, wait, lipat natin yung anchor point. Ito center para pag inikot ko to, siya, para siyang ganyan. So, yung ginagawa ko kanina is, para siyang nilipat ko dito. Tapos, iniikot ko yung compass na to. Oop. Ay. Lipat natin ulit. Okay. Ay, mahirap pala kasi kailangan ko ilipat all the time. Anyway, mamaya natin problemahin nyo. Pero parang ganun yung ginagawa ko, class. No? Every time ginagamit ko to parang pink circle na to, I'm trying to mimic what the movement of the compass is pag kayo yung gumagamit in the real world. No? Okay? So, hopefully, naintindihan nyo yung yung first two parts, which is bisecting a line tsaka transferring an angle. So before I proceed with the next portions, kasi feel ko mahihirapan kayo pagka hindi nyo na parang tinanong ngayon yung mga confusions na nakikita nyo ngayon. Meron ba? Or okay ba tayo lahat? May tanong si Ancherina, sir, sa final answer po ba, balik kita pa rin yung construction lines? Hindi siya buburahin? Yes, hindi mo buburahin yung construction lines. So kaya meron tayong two sets of pencils na ginagamit nyo, yung H at HB. Yung lighter H, yun yung ginagamit natin for construction lines. Tapos HB for the final lines. Explain ulit yung part ng transfer ng angle. Sige, ulitin natin siya. Okay, ulitin natin. Let's do, burahin ko lang ulit. Ito. And sige, burahin ko na rin tong line na to. So say for example, may instruction na kunwari, ito draw, para mas ma-imagine nyo, no? So we have angle ABC, tapos ang instruction is, we want to draw angle DEF such that angle DEF uh, is equal to ABC. Tapos given si point F and point D. Kunwari ganyan. And sige, ibang orientation naman para kunwari lang ganyan, no? So the instruction is, kailangan mag-draw tayo ng angle DEF such that si DEF is equal to ABC. And mas madali kung E yung gagamitin natin dyan, no? Para si D yung pwedeng ilagay natin kahit saan. Okay? So the first step is, i-connect natin to such that meron na tayong line na kung saan pwede natin ipatong yung angle, no? In a manner of speaking. Okay? So ito yung una natin gagawin, no? Kunin natin yung compass natin. So we take a compass. Lagay natin yung pin na to dito. Tapos we strike an arbitrary, and siguro i-delete ko muna to. Gagawin natin is we strike an arbitrary na arc that passes through both of the given lines that comprises the angle, no, na gusto nating kopyahin. Okay? So, the way we do that is parang if this were our compass, kung ito yung totoong drawing compass natin, ito, auto-select pala ako. Ito siya. So, ang ginagawa natin is nilalagay natin yung pin ng compass dyan. Tapos, iniikot natin to ng paganyan. Obviously, kailangan lakihan natin siya na ganyan. Parang ganyan. So, ngayon is magsa-strike tayo ng arc dito and dito. So, paganyan. This is how we strike the arc. Okay? So, kung isa-strike natin yung arc, mangyayari dyan is we should be able to produce this arc right here. So, we can continue parang ganyan lang para isang stroke lang. Okay lang gawin yon. Pero for the purpose of this demonstration, pangit kasi yung ano ko, no? Hindi kasi accurate pag in-arc ko ng buo. So, ang ginagawa ko is dito lang yung nilalagyan ko ng lines markings. Kasi ang importante lang naman is this intersection and this intersection. Okay? Pero definitely, pag kayo yung gumawa, okay lang na gagamitin yung compass na to. Tapos, ililipat nyo siya ng buo, no? So, parang ganyan. So, okay lang na ito, yung buong arc yung i-drawing nyo from here to here. Parang ganyan yung movement nyo. Okay? So, hindi nagmamatter yun. Okay? So, now that we have this, tapos, lagay lang natin dyan. So, meron na tayong two markings, ito at ito. So, yung first thing na gagawin natin is, without changing the parang opening of the compass, ililipat natin to dito. Okay? So, pwedeng sa E, pwede din sa F. Hindi nagmamatter, no? Basta isa sa endpoints dito. Kung saan natin gustong ilipat siya. Pero, since ang instruction is DEF, angle DEF should be equal to ABC. Tapos ang, di ba, ang sinabi ko kanina na ang convention is kung sino yung nasa gitna, siya yung dapat yung vertex ng angle. So, in this case, dapat sa E natin siya ilagay. Para yung mapuproduce natin is DEF instead of, DFE. Parang ganun. Okay? Okay, so we want to produce this so in real world parang ang ginagawa nyo is you're taking your compass tapos hindi nyo binabago yung distance. Kunin nyo yung compass nyo tapos nilagay nyo siya dito. Parang ganyan. Okay? Hope. Kailan ko kasi baguhin every time. So parang ganyan yung ginagawa nyo. Okay? Tapos ang gagawin nyo is magsa-strike kayo ng arc na pa ganyan. And yung arc na isa-strike nyo is mag-estimate kayo kung gaano ka laki yung arc na isa-strike nyo such that almost equal siya dito sa angle na gusto nyo i-create. Okay? Kasi kung bitin siya, posibleng hindi mag-intersect siya doon sa ano gusto nating intersection point. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is from here, we want to create DEF, no? So actually, in this particular case, pwedeng dito tayo mag-strike pag ganyan or pwede mag-strike tayo pababa, no? So hindi siya magma-matter dapat. Pero ang sabi natin DEF kasi ang convention natin um, when we're naming angles is clockwise dapat. Although sometimes hindi na siya sinusunod, no? So let's just say ngayon susundin natin siya. So kung gusto natin DEF siya, should we place it sa bottom or sa taas? Para DEF pa rin yung label niya. So pwede nyo i-chat or pwede nyo gamitin ng mic. Tingin nyo. To produce DEF, should you place point D at the bottom or at the top? Bottom. Okay, that's correct. So thank you sa mga nag-reply, no? Thank you for the feedback. So ito, dapat if you want to produce DEF, dapat sa bottom para counterclockwise, clockwise I mean, yung naming natin. So that's D, excuse me. So that's D, E, and F. So notice na hindi natin pwede gamitin si F as the center point na kasi pag, di ba sabi ko kanina, pwede actually na dito tayo mag-create na pwedeng ganyan. Pero pag ganyan, ang na produce natin is actually DFE, which is not DEF, no? If we are strict with the convention. So kaya dito natin siya ilalagay tapos dito sa point E. Pero ang instruction lang naman is transfer an angle. Naglagay lang ako ng additional na ano no, na instruction na DEF dapat siya tapos nagbigay ako ng F and E para mas ma-imagine nyo. Okay? Pero so okay, but anyway, let's do this. So DEF, so ilalagay natin sa bottom siya. Nandito siya, D, that's D. So ang isa-strike natin na angle is somewhere na pa ganyan. Okay? And obviously you'll use your compass dito, no? So bali ang movement ng compass nyo is parang ganito. You start with this point tapos isa-strike nyo siya na pa ganyan. Parang inikot nyo yung compass nyo ng pa ganyan. Tapos to produce this parang yellow construction line na to. Okay? So you produce this one. Tapos you produce an arc that is large enough na sure kayo na sakop niya yung angle na to. Tama? So once you do that, you take your compass. Tapos i-measure nyo yung distance between these two intersections na to. Ito tsaka ito. Okay? So kukunin natin yung distance na to. Tapos ililipat natin siya dito. Okay, so this is transferring a length. Ano? Tapos, magsa-strike tayo ng another arc. So we can strike a large arc or pwede rin, since intersection lang naman kailangan natin, small arc lang isa-strike natin. Let's strike a small arc here. And that is now the intersection point. Now, if we connect, if we now connect, and I'll use a, ano no, white na para to indicate the final answer shot. And probably increase the size para makita nyo na ito yung final answer. So if I'm doing my final answer, I could do something like this. No? This is now my DEF. Okay, so DEF is now equal to ABC here. Okay? So hopefully that's clear enough, no? Tapos ang magiging final answer nyo, what it looks like in the paper is parang since lightly shaded lang tong ano, 'di ba? HB kasi yung ginamit yung or H kasi yung ginamit yung pencil sa C tapos or sorry, H yung ginamit nyo na pencil for the construction lines, then dapat parang ganyan siya na parang light lang tapos yung dark natin, yung HB, siya yung final answers natin. So if I remove the ano, so parang ganun yung expected namin na na itsura ng sagot nyo. Merong construction line dito to indicate na gumawa nga kayo ng ng reference points. Tapos dito may final answer and with construction lines na naka-light lang. Okay? Okay na siguro tayo doon. Okay, let's proceed. So next naman. So this is the next. And okay. So this is bisecting an angle naman. So bisecting an angle, para siyang gagamitin natin technique ulit no, yung kanina, yung bisecting a line. Pero merong parang sort of shortcut na dito. No? So notice na pagka kunwari, and I'll just do freehand dito. No? So kunwari lang, if I have a line na ganyan, if I have a line na ganyan, or an arc, if I have a strike an arc like that, tapos kinonect ko to, and this arc has a center na nandito. So kunwari lang may arc ako na ganyan na nandito yung center. And I connect the line. If I bisect this line, I'm actually bisecting also this angle. Parang ganun yung mangyayari. Okay? So what we'll do is, ito yung gagawin natin. No? We first create the arc. So we'll use our compass and lipat ko tong compass ko. Yan yung compass ko. No? Itong compass natin, lalagay natin yung pin niya or yung center dito sa vertex B. Tapos create tayo ng arbitrary na na length. Let's just do a large one. No? So again, kung larger, mas accurate siya. Kung smaller, prone to error. So I'll just do something like ganyan siguro. Okay? So that is parang a comfortable distance for me. Okay? So what I'll do is, and yeah. Kuha ko ng construction line ko. Yan, okay siguro yan. Nakikita nyo ba yung construction line? O masyadong maliit? Kita naman? Visible naman siya, no? Okay. So, ito, I'll strike an arc. And actually, ang kailangan ko lang is this one. This point right here. Laki ko ng konti. So, I'll strike an arc here and one here. Okay? So, what this does is, parang nagmark ako ng 2 points, no? Which will be sort of my reference points. Okay? So, ito yung parang endpoint nung line na gusto natin i-bisect. Okay? So, now that we have this, tapos gusto natin i-bisect to, no? 'Di ba ang ginagawa natin is if we want to bisect a line, gusto natin na mag-create ng distance that is slightly larger than the estimated midpoint. Tama? So if I were to connect this to, parang ang estimated midpoint ay somewhere mga ganyan. So I can do something like that. No? Ganyan. So if I'll do something like this. So strike ko siya dito. And kailangan kong i-strike din siya dito, no? Tama? So yun yung usual natin na method when we are trying to bisect the lines. Just similar sa ginawa natin dito. So if you remember, nag-strike tayo sa taas, one pair, dito, tapos strike din tayo on the opposite side naman, one line dito, tapos another line dito. Para ganun yung ginawa, para ma-produce natin to. Pero notice that when you are actually bisecting an angle, yung line na nakakreate nyo always passes through this vertex. So actually, yung dito na sa side na to is actually unnecessary na. Okay? You can do it, pwede naman, pero parang sayang kasi sa lines, no? or yun yung term ko parati, no? Anytime we do geometric constructions, if you do unnecessary lines, parang Pico, sayang siya. Parang, kumbaga kung lines, yung pencil nyo, yung lead ng pencil nyo is a resource, Pico, sayang yung pag-create na to. Tapos bukod doon, parang naging madumi din yung work nyo kasi these are all construction lines. Hindi nyo kasi buburahin to, no? Um, so ang ano ko, suggestion ko is instead of striking this line right here, hindi nyo na siyang i-drawing. Pero sige, for the purpose of demonstration, no, try lang natin, i-strike natin siya and you'll notice na dapat dadaan sila. So if I create the line, it should pass through all 3 points. Okay, so i-retain lang natin yan. Okay, now I'll use my compass. I won't adjust the distance. I'll use the same distance. Lipat ko siya dito. Ganyan. Tapos, what I'll do is I'll strike another line dito. Another arc, ganyan, and dito. Okay? So if I connect these two, I have bisected this line which also bisects the angle. Tama? Pero if kung itutuloy-tuloy ko lang yan, papunta dyan, from here to here, actually, magpa-pass through siya ng at this point, and this point. Okay, so you'll notice na, di ba, when you're constructing lines, you only actually need 2 points to construct the line, no? So essentially, this third point right here, etong part na to, this is unnecessary. Okay? So let's try to do it again, no, na without this unnecessary point. So para lang mas malinis, no, let's start all over again. Ganyan. So we start again. We use our compass, no? Now, I'll teach you one way na parang i-limit yung, kasi I always think of ES1 as whenever you're trying to do different steps, no, the less number of alterations you do, the less the error will be. So ang ano ko dito, ang strategy ko for using for bisecting angle is gusto ko as much as possible hindi ko binabago yung parang opening ng ano ko compass ko. So once na nakalock na siya, gusto kong kung if at all possible, no, gusto kong i-reuse yung same distances na yon. So actually you can do that, no. So pwede actually one compass length lang gagamitin mo for all the steps I've mentioned earlier. So how do we do that? Gagawin natin is, again, open natin siya to a comfortable distance. So what I'm doing here is nag-estimate lang ako ng isang distance na hindi naman overwhelmingly large, no, na lalagpas ako. So I think somewhere here is okay. Para if I do, and notice na slightly smaller siya doon sa ano, no, sa original na ginawa ko kanina. So if I do this, so ganyan. So first step is to strike an arc, no, parang ganyan. Tapos dito. In your case, pwedeng para dire-diretso lang, diretsong ganyan na lang doon sa compass nyo. So sa akin, gagawin ko lang dito at dito lang muna. Okay? Now, what I'll do is, I'll move my compass without adjusting it. So hindi na ako mag-adjust. Move ko lang siya diretso dito. Tapos, mag-strike ako ng arc na paganyan. Okay? Tapos, I'll use this same distance. Lipat ko sa kabilang side. Tapos, ilalagay ko siya dito. Okay? Now, I can connect both. If I remove my compass, no? Pwedeng, from here to here, diretso connect ko na siya. I have successfully bisected my angle. So, notice na sobrang late lang, konti lang ng steps na ginawa ko as opposed to yung kanina, no? But I get the same angle, no? Tama? Parang wala nga akong halos isa lang yung sinet ko na distance sa compass ko, tapos dire-diretso lang yung pagbuo ko ng ano, nung angle na to. Okay? So bakit siya nagwo-work? So it works because and probably mas ma-imagine nyo pag dito ko siya ginawa, no? So this works because if you bisect an angle, di ba kanina na-mention ko na hindi nagmamatter yung ano, yung parang arbitrary size or nagmamatter siya pero kumbaga ang requirement lang is dapat yung pinili yung length is slightly larger than the estimated na midpoint. Okay? So I can actually do something like this, no? Kunwari ganyan. Kunwari lang ang napili kong midpoint is or napili kong distance is something like that. And this will still work, no? Kasi let's try to do the steps again. So I'll draw a arc dito, tama? I'll draw another arc dito. Tapos lipat ko yung compass ko doon sa other endpoint naman. And lipat ko lang siya. Yan, drawing ako dito. Now, if I connect this and I'll use another color, no? Kunwari itong teal. Oh, may konting inaccuracy. Ganyan. So, notice na, it still bisects the line, no? So, kumbaga, as long as you um, use the same distance doon sa left endpoint and the right endpoint, tapos nag-draw kayo ng two pairs of arcs, you will always bisect this line. So regardless of how large or small it is. Kaya lang gusto ko na smaller siya is because posible na doon sa plate nyo, kukulangin kayo ng space. Kaya mas gusto ko na parang mga ganyan lang na distance. Kasi mas comfortable yung distance to work on. So notice na konti lang yung um, parang parang konti lang tong itong sort of oops. Konti lang yung real estate na ginagamit ko sa paper ko. Pag ganitong method yung ginamit ko as opposed to this method. Ganyan. Pero when it comes to bisecting an angle, maliit lang naman talaga yung space na win-work on nyo. So parang okay lang na slightly larger yung nyo, yung parang distances. And nakakatipid din kayo ng steps kasi kumbaga hindi kayo nag-change ng kumbaga one time lang kayo nag-lock nung angle nyo dun sa compass. Okay? So kaya mas para sa akin mas mabilis yung ganitong method, no. Yung isa lang yung ginamit natin. So first step, if you remember, yung ginawa natin is dito, arbitrary distance. Strike tayo ng arc of arbitrary distance. Tapos using that same distance, yun na din yung ginamit natin pang bisect. Dito and dito. Okay? Okay? Okay ba tayo doon? So I hope kayo bala kung ano yung gagamitin yung no, yung strategy na maganda. Pero ako I suggest ganitong strategy, no. Kasi less siya, less changes in the compass means less prone to error. Okay? Now try naman natin to. How do we divide a line into equal segments? Ito, medyo combination yung gagawin natin, no? I-combine natin yung mga natutunan natin. Okay? So, let's just say, ano yung gusto nyo? 3 segments, 4 segments, 5 segments. If you're doing powers of 2, obviously, you can just do bisecting an angle. No? So, let's just do 4 lang muna para pakita ko sa inyo. No? So, we do 4. Okay, 4 muna, no? Ay, sorry. By the way, kung i-finalize natin tong answer na to, if we want to bisect, pwedeng i-draw natin in white to, no? And that is now my final answer. So I have bisected my angle. Okay. Now let's do ito naman. So, drawing ko siguro siya on a separate layer para to indicate na ito ay final answer. Ayan. Okay. So let's try doing dividing into equal segments, no? So first muna natin na try, let's just say 4. So something that is divisible by 2, no, or powers of 2 siya. Kung powers of 2 siya, sobrang dali lang kasi pwede nating i-bisect lang twice, no? Tama? So if I do my compass, kunwari ganyan, take my compass. Again, ang general na sinusunod ko dito is I just set a compass length that is slightly larger than ano yung ini-estimate ko na midpoint niya. So the midpoint, 'di ba, somewhere dito yung midpoint. So I'm thinking mga ganyan lang siguro gagawin ko. Okay? Now I strike an arc. Strike an arc dito. Strike an arc dito din sa taas. Lipat naman natin siya. Using the same compass length, hindi ko babaguhin yung compass length. Lipat ko sa other endpoint, dito sa endpoint B. Now I'll strike another length na ganyan. Okay? Tapos, gagawin ko, connect ko lang tong 2 points na to. No? If I connect this two, that is, I've successfully bisected my angle. And actually, if you notice, this is a perpendicular line actually. No? Pero later, mamaya makikita nyo kung paano siya ginagamit. Okay? Now, we have the perpendicular bisector, and sometimes bisector is known as a perpendicular bisector, no? Because again, perpendicular yung line na nag-create nyo. Okay? So ito, gagawin natin is, we do the same steps again, no? So pwede ang gawin natin, I'll just bisect this line again. So I do this point, tapos estimated, ito yung midpoint, no? Estimate, so slightly larger, somewhere ganyan siguro. Tapos draw tayo ng arc dito sa taas, arc sa baba. Tapos lipat natin yung compass natin on the other side. Yan. Tapos again, let's strike 2 arcs. Arc sa baba. Then I can connect. Tama? Now that I've connected them, pwede nang, I've divided it into, ito 1/4. So if I hide this, no? Ito actually ay 1/4. Ito ay 1/4. Tama? So I can, what I can do is, pwedeng gawin ko ulit, no? Parang ganyan. I'll strike 2 arcs, let's connect ulit to get the equal segments dito naman na side. Pero a quicker method is, since I have this distance already, pwedeng copying a length na lang ang gagawin ko. Tama? Makes sense, no? Kasi if I copy this length, this is the 1/4 distance. So pwedeng diretso copy ko na lang para hindi ko na gagawin yung steps. So again, ang theory is always kung merong method na that reduces the amount of steps na gagawin mo, you use that method kasi mapapadali yung buhay nyo and less prone to error din siya. Of course, if you did the wrong measurement, no, kung mali dito and mali to, obviously magiging mali din to. So make sure nyo lang din na tama yung ginagawa nyo steps. Okay? So ito, I copy the distance. Yan. Ito na yung last ko. So I have I have successfully divided this line into 4 segments. Okay? So madali lang siya, no? Again, kung powers of 2 siya, madali lang kasi divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, etc. Ganun lang yung ginagawa natin. Now what happens if, for example, instead of 2, let's do something like 3, no? Instead of 4, I mean, we do something like 3. Pag 3, medyo magiging complicated siya. Tama? Kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng i-divide by 2 to, or walang perpendicular bisector na kahit anong manipulation gawin mo, hindi ma-divide mo yung segments mo into 3 equal parts. Okay? So what we do is, medyo mahaba tong method na to, no? So let me, use a larger brush. Erase ko muna to lahat. So, nasa isang layer. Aling layer to? Dito? Ay. Okay. So now let's do dividing dividing a line into equal segments kung hindi powers of 2. Okay? So let's try 3, no? 3 yung sinabi ko. So kung 3 siya, kung 3, what we do is, the first step is to create an arbitrary line, no? So usually yung magandang line na i-create dito is when we're doing this technique, yung magandang line na i-create is ano yung line? Ang tawag doon sa pagka less than 90? Acute, you know? acute line. So usually 45, somewhere around 45, 30 to 45 yung general rule ko, no. You can do larger pero pagka greater than 45, parang kunwari ganyan, masyadong malaki yung space na kinakain. Tama? Tapos pag steep naman yung ano, masyadong parang ah, masyadong compressed naman siya, masyadong busy yung magiging area nyo. So I like to do 45, no. Yung 45 kasi medyo comfortable sa akin. So what I do is I take a straight edge. Hindi kailangan exactly 45, estimated lang. 30 to 45 is good. So let's just do something like that. Now, what I'll do is, di ba arbitrary lang to? Itong arbitrary line na to, kailangan ko i-copy siya papunta dito sa baba. Okay? So I'll use this, itong arbitrary line na kinahit ko. Gusto kong ilipat ko siya dito. So how do I do that? Gagamitin natin actually yung isang technique na natutunan natin ngayon. So tingin nyo, aling technique yung applicable dito. If I want to copy this line and place it here. Or parang I create a parallel line dito. A line that's parallel here passing to point P. What technique can I use? Pwede nyo i-chat. Pwede kayong mag-open mic. Okay, that's correct, no? Bill and Angelina actually got it right. Pwede kayong mag-transfer ng angle, no? So, if I do this, so naalala niyo yung steps ng transferring an angle? We do an arbitrary distance, no? So, let's just do something like, okay, let's do a large distance, no? Para medyo accurate yung sagot natin. Okay, ganyan. So, what we'll do is, lipat natin to. C. Yan, so I'll mark it here and mark it there. Tapos yung distance na to or yung arc na yan, nililipat natin sa kabilang endpoint. Tama? And we'll do something like that. Okay? Tapos yung arc na i-create nyo is parang slightly larger than dito, no? Para kasi i-estimate nyo lang naman eh. So kung hindi necessary na umabot pa kayo dito sa part na to kasi obviously hindi naabot yung length na to dito. So hanggang ganyan, okay na yan. Then medyo sobrang nga yung ginawa ko eh. Actually, I can get away with something like mga ganyan siguro. Kahit ganyan lang. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll take my compass again. Yung initial na na-create kong mga reference points, kunin ko siya. So that's, yan yung distance niya, no? Somewhere like that. So I'll just do copying the distance. No? So, ganyan. Then, lalagay ko siya dito. Yan. Okay? Now what I can do is, pwede nang mag-create ako ng line. Oh, wait lang. I can now create a line na ganyan. Tama? So that's my line right there. And pwede sigurong kapalan ko tong line na to, no? Let me edit the shape, no? Increase ko lang yung ano niya, no? Thickness. Para kita nyo. Ginamit ko yung 4. And gamitin natin white. Yellow pala. Hindi kita. Kita nyo ba? Pero medyo manipis, no? 10 siguro. Parang hindi nagbabago yung kailang lasa. Okay. Mali pala yung in-edit ko. Ulitin ko lang. Yan. Parang hindi pa rin nagbago. Anyway, okay na siguro yan. Nakikita nyo naman, no? can probably do, alam ko na. I-overlay ko na lang. Ayun. Okay. So, okay na tayo, no? So, we have successfully copied a line or parang gumawa tayo ng parallel line to this arbitrary line. Yung first arbitrary line na ginawa natin. Okay? So, what we'll do is, we'll take arbitrary measurements, no? But it should be of the same distance. So, let's just do, ganyan. Tapos, let's say, mga ganyan siguro. Or if you want, you can use the same distance, no? Pwede ring etong distance na to. Pero for, no? Para lang mas ma-imagine nyo, let's do something like that siguro. Oh, baka sobra pala yan. Something like that. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin is, we'll use this arbitrary distance, tapos i-copy lang natin 3 times. Okay? So, what we'll do is, ito, copy natin siya dito. Tapos, move our compass. Ganyan. 1, 2, and let's move it again. Itong last step na to, hindi na necessary, no? Pero para lang mas ma-imagine nyo, gagawin ko pa rin siya. So, ganyan. Yan. So, if you notice, itong na-create ko, 3 equal parts actually to. So, if I hide the compass, no? Ito, 3 equal parts to. Tama? These are 3 equal parts because I just copied an arbitrary length, no? So, I used an arbitrary length, copied it 3 times to produce 3 equal parts. So, ang gagawin ko ngayon is if I can copy these 3 equal parts dito sa side naman na to, tapos I connect them, I can actually divide the kaya kong ma-divide itong yung given line ko into 3 equal parts. Okay? So using the same distance, so ito hindi ko binago, no? Lilipat ko naman yung distances na yun dito sa baba. Ganyan. So copy it again. 1. Ito. 2. Tapos last is this one. 3. Okay? So, I hide my, I'll just hide my compass. So ito, this is also 3 equal parts, no? This is 1, 2, 3. And all of them are equal distances. And equal din siya dun sa taas. So what I'll do is, i-connect ko lang siya. So I'll connect this one with this one. This point with this point. This point with this point. And this point with this point. Parang ganyan. Now I divided my original line, my given line into 3 equal segments. Okay? So notice na sinabi ko kanina na hindi na necessary to, no? Itong point na to. Kasi ito, i-connect lang naman natin sa isang endpoint. Tama? Which is hindi naman na necessary. So actually, kung gusto nyo, pwedeng hindi nyo na i-create tong last na Tapos same dito sa side na to, no? Connect lang naman siya sa endpoint. So it does not actually intersect the given line. Only at the endpoint lang siya nag-intersect. So pwedeng hindi na natin i-drawing siya actually, no? So, pwedeng ganyan. So wala na to. Para, So pwedeng hanggang 2 lang yung gagawin nyo. Okay? So, minsan, nalilito lang yung mga students, no? Kasi, lalo na pag ganito, no? Na dalawa lang yung generate, alin yung i-connect ko with each other. So, the way you can imagine it is, pwedeng i-mark nyo siya, no? So, pwedeng 0, 1, 2. Tapos, ito 0, 1, 2. Tapos, i-connect nyo lang um, kung end segment siya, no? If we're doing end segment, so, ganyan. So, ang gagawin nyo is i-connect nyo lang yung 3, paano? Wait lang Ano nga ulit to? I-connect nyo yung, make sense ba yun? N minus 1. Hindi, mahirap pala. Mahirap i-imagine kung i-ano nyo. Magle-label pa kayo. So, wag na mag-label. Gawin nyo na lang is, basta kung kung second point siya, di dapat yung first point siya dito. Parang ganyan. So siguro nakakatulong na rin 'to pala 'no. Kasi ito, at least sure kayo na dapat sila yung magka-connect. Yung last point dito should be connected to the endpoint of the given line. Tas yung last point dito sa arbitrary point na 'to. Now you can just connect. So yun, nakakatulong yung last. Pero kung sobrang expert na kayo, again, kung expert na kayo, not needed na 'to. Okay? So, okey ba tayo dito sa dividing a line into equal segments? So that's eto 3 'no? Okey tayo? Actually, we can do the same steps if you want to divide the line into 5 and I'll just use a different color 'no. So let's, kunwari lang gusto natin i-divide siya by 5, then actually ang gagawin lang natin is ayan. So, obviously we can use the same distance 'no, kasi ang gagawin lang na naman natin is dagdagan lang natin kung so kunwari 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kaso lagpas na siya dun sa line na create natin. So, ang gawin ko, liitan ko na lang 'to, tama? So, if I use something like that, siguro kasya naman siguro 'yan. So, I can do 1, tapos we can do 2, tapos ito, mukhang lalagpas ata ako, 3. Lalagpas nga ako. Ulitin natin. Mas maliit pala dapat. Mga ganyan. So, ulit natin. 1, 2, 3, and dito hindi ko nalalagay yung pang-5 'no. Hanggang 4 lang gagawin ko. 4. Tapos dito, copy that same 1, 2, then 3, tapos last yung 4. 4. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko ito, ko-connect ko dito. This one, ko-connect ko with this one. 1, this one with this one. So, ito, 5 equal segments naman. This is 1/5. Tapos 5 times siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So, para lang mapakita ko din yung ano. This is 1/3. Okay? So, okay tayo dito, no? Medyo marami lang yung steps kasi magka-create ka pa ng mga lines. Tapos, most of the time when you're doing this technique, para magiging magulo talaga yung ano nyo. Lalo na pagka maraming erasures, no? So, just be careful. So, once you do this technique, kailangan sobrang linis ng gawa nyo para hindi kayo malito kung nasaan yung mga intersection points na or yung mga divisions na nagawa nyo. Okay? Tapos, merong mga certain instructions din, like for example, sa exams na kunwari, pinapa-divide yung angle with, or pinapa-divide yung line segments natin into 3 equal parts. Tapos, may isang instruction divided into 2 equal parts. Tapos, isang instruction man 4 equal parts, mga ganyan. So, pag ganun, hindi nyo kailangan mag-create ng madaming ganito. Hindi nyo kailangan mag-create ng sobrang daming um, yung arbitrary lines na 'to. Pwede actually mag-reuse lang kayo. So, in fact, itong ginawa ko, 'di ba? Ni-reuse ko lang yung same na parallel lines na 'to para magawa yung 1/5. So, yun, isa din yung strategy na nagpapaano. Sir, clarify lang po, Remel asks, no, kung alin mga lines ang dapat gamitan ng H at lines na dapat gamitan ng HB. Okay? So, lahat ng construction lines, so anything na hindi hinihingi ng problem, should be used with an H na pencil. Tapos lahat ng final answers, which will be your HP pencils. Okay, so for example, ito, for this particular problem, if I'm dividing it into equal segments, actually, kung kunwari yung 1/5, no, lahat ng colored lines dito, construction lines yan, dapat H pencil ginamit. Tapos kung final answer naman, I should use, in this particular case, ang final answer ko lang actually is ito. Kung 1/5 yung ginagawa, no, ito. So if I tone down the ano, no, so parang ganyan yung magiging itsura ng plate nyo. Ito yung segments nyo. So this is my final answer. And you can probably label it as well. No? So final answer nyo could be something like, um, depende kung ano yung hinihingi ng problem. No? Pero usually, pag nagpa-final answer, parang pwede nyo i-label na ganyan, 1/5. Kung ang sinabi is dividing a line into 5 equal segments, kunwari. Tapos, ito yung mga segments na yun. So, pwede ganyan siya. Pero in most of the time, hindi ganito yung instruction sa exam, no? Hindi lang as simple as divide the line into equal segments. Usually, mga instruction is more complicated. Like, for example, find point C, where point C is, kunwari, point C is 3/5 away, 3/5 the distance of AB away from point A. Parang ganyan. So pagka ganyan, pwede i-label nyo lang. So point C is, tapos sabi located along AB siya and it's 3/5 the distance of AB. So pagka ganyan, ang final answer nyo will not look like this. Ang magiging final answer nyo is, final answer nyo will be 3/5. That's 1, 2, 3 dito. Ganito yung final answer. This is where point C is. Okay? Tapos all others, construction lines na lang yun. Ito lang yung nagmamatter. Okay? Usually mga ganito yung usual na ano, no, kung paano phrase sa plates and exams. Hindi actually ano, parang divide into equal segments. Hindi siya ganoon. Okay? Minsan din ang mga you'll have questions like point C is kunwari let's have another problem. No? So kunwari point D is located 1/2 distance away and located kunwari pag ganyan. It's located, ito yung locus kunwari, and this is one term na you'll experience a lot dito sa ano no sa ES1. Yung locus, a locus is just a parang location of a particular point, no. So for example, ito kung wari ito yung locus ni D, this is locus of D. Tapos you want to find where D is, where D is equal to 2/5. Yung distance ni D is actually 2/5 away from point A. 2/5 AB away from point A. So pagka ganun, gagawin nyo actually yung answer dito. You'll do something like ganyan. You do 2/5. So this is 2/5 away. So yung final answer will be, since this is the locus of D, then therefore, D should be located dito. This is the location of point D. This point D. Actually, kung i-expand pa tong papel na to, so let's just say na expand natin tong papel, no? Ganyan. So, dapat dalawa yung sagot. Okay? Parang ganyan. Kunwari ganyan lang. Dalawa actually yung sagot dito, no? So, if you expand this. Parang ganyan. Dalawa yung sagot. Point D is either here or either here or this one. Okay? So, yan. Medyo complicated na to, no? So, hindi nyo muna kailangan problemahin siya ngayon. So, huwag mo muna. So, right now, siguro yung mga simple lang. Like for example, point C is located 3/5 away from A along line AB. Okay? Nasagot ko ba, Remiel, yung question? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, yun class na. So, again, i-reiterate ko lang ha. anything na hindi hinihingi ng problem, considered as construction lines lang yun. Kung hinihingi siya ng problem, yun na yung final answer which should be written in your HB pencil. So construction lines, H, yung lighter. Final answer, HB, yung darker. Okay? So ito naman, parallel lines. So sabi dito, we want to create line 1 that is parallel to the given line 2, but it passes through point A or a point outside of the given line. Actually, maraming ways to solve this, no? So I'll be just showing one of the ways. And feel ko baka while you're doing this plate, tapos nag-analyze kayo, feel ko you'll discover some other techniques that might be useful for you. So ito, ang technique na ituturo ko, this is called the rhombus method. Rhombus method. So it's called the rhombus method because you're actually just creating a rhombus, no? Kasi if you look at it, if you have a rhombus, may rhombus tayo, no? Any two sides of the rhombus will always be parallel. This is parallel to this one, while this is parallel to this one. Tapos a rhombus, parang special parallelogram lang siya, no? Na equal lahat ng sides. So if this is the length, yung length nito is equal to length nito, this one and this one as well. Okay? A square is a special rhombus lang, no? Na 90 degrees yung internal angles nila. Okay? So the rhombus method, the way it works is kuha tayo ng ano? This one. And ang gusto ko din dito sa rhombus method, again, tipid siya sa steps, no? Kumbaga walang unnecessary na movements kang ginagawa. So, ito, you only need to set your compass once. And ako, again, I like to set my compass only once para less prone to error siya. Okay? So, I'll set the compass. So, gusto ko dito sa rhombus method, I want to set it in such a way na it meets my line at a parang comfortable distance. No? So, ito, if I do something like this, pangit siya kasi parang tangent siya. So, I want to do mga ganyan, no? Para medyo distinct yung intersection point. Okay? So, if I do that, tapos gawin natin, intersect natin siya dito. So, you can actually use this point right here or this point right here. Pero, I'll be using this point, no? And I'll show you why later on. Kasi, sige, pwede ko ipakita na ngayon. Kasi gusto ko na ang rhombus na mag-create ko is something like this. Parang ganyan. So, kaya dito yung pinili kong point. If gusto ko na ang rhombus ko is something like this, then I'll use this other point. Pero yung problema ko lang sa dito, sa point na to, baka mabitin ako sa distance dito. Okay? So, kaya I'll take the safer route. I'll use this one kasi sure ako na enough na yung distance na to. Okay? So, I'll use this point. So, ito yung intersection niya. Tapos, I'll create a dito. I'll strike an arc dito. Tama? Now, I'll move my compass without changing the distance or the length of the compass. Move ko siya dyan sa point na yan. Then, I'll strike an arc dito. Tapos, from this arc, yan, I'll just strike another arc dito. Ganyan. Now, I have found one point that will be now, di ba, when you want to create a line, you only need 2 points. This is my first point, si A, point A, kasi sabi sa instruction, it should pass through A. Tapos this is my second point. So now if I connect this one, let me get rid of my compass. If I connect this one and this one, this is now, and this is a final answer. No? So kailangan gamitin ko yung HB pencil ko. So the white line here represents my HB pencil. So, parang ganyan. And you can extend it if you want. No? So pwede actually extend natin to. So if I do ganyan, pwede actually i-extend ko to. No? Let me do. Pwede ganyan. So obviously sa side nyo, hindi nyo kailangan i-rotate ng tulad ng ginawa ko. No? Pwede gamitan nyo lang ng straight edge Lagay nyo yung ruler nyo dito, tapos diretso, ano kayo, drawing na ganyan. So that is my final answer. So ang construction lines ko lang is, dito sa parallel lines, konti lang construction lines. So actually, ang ginawa ko lang na is 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 construction lines lang ginawa ko to make this parallel line. Okay? Okay ba tayo dito sa rhombus method? Medyo madali siya, no? Nakalimutan ko yung isang method eh. Pwede atang parallelogram method wherein iba yung distance na to. Pero pag parallelogram method, parang mangyayari is magkaiba yung no. Actually, pwede rin transferring angles, no? Pero if I do transferring angles, I'm not sure if it's easier or not. Would it be easier? Okay, do you want to do transferring angles or kaya nyo nang imagine? Can you use yes or no button na lang sa dito sa Zoom? Do you want me to show you the yes? Merong isa nag-yes. How about the others? Okay? Okay, sige. Pakita ko na lang din yung transferring angle na method. No? Okay? So, let me just remove ko muna tong no. So, let's do transferring angle na method. Kung transferring angle, actually, ang gagawin lang natin is we create an arbitrary line. Parang ganyan. Doesn't have to be, no, parallel to this. Hindi siya kailangan ng orthogonal sa paper nyo, no? So, pwedeng arbitrary lang talaga siya. So, we create this arbitrary line. Tapos, ang gagawin natin is, hindi pwede. Kasi, hindi pa pala kayo pwede maggawa ng parallel lines. Bawal pa kayong gumamit ng sliding ruler technique. So yun, no. You can't do it, no. So hindi pwede yung transferring ng angle na method. Kailangan yung rhombus method lang gagamitin natin. Okay? So, okay tayo sa rhombus method, no? So let's do next page naman. Gusto nyo ba kasi naka 1 hour and 30 minutes tayo, gusto nyo ba mag-break ng mga kahit 10 minutes, tapos balik tayo? You can use your mics, no?
Okay lang po, sir.
Ayan, yun. Tapos may marami din nag-yes actually. Sige, break muna tayo mga siguro 10 minutes. Tapos balik tayo. Tapos pwedeng itapusin natin lesson. Actually, meron na lang tayong 2 pages more. Square of 5. Okay, 2 pages more. Which is I think mga siguro 40 minutes na lang kailangan natin for the last 2 lessons. So break muna tayo, 10 minutes. So it's 11:37 on my watch. Balik tayo mga 12:47. Gawin na natin 12:50. Ay, 12:50, 11:50. Okay lang?
Sige po, sir.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. 11:50, balik tayo. resuming the recording, no? Okay, so just to recap kung ano yung ginawa dahil hindi ko na-record. So, ang ginawa natin is step 1 na we created the perpendicular line. And to create a perpendicular line is just a matter of creating a perpendicular bisector. No? So we could use this two endpoints here and create a perpendicular bisector. Pero sabi natin masyadong malayo kasi, no? Masyadong malaki yung space na kinakain. So gumawa lang ako ng mga pseudo na endpoints dito. So I just use this endpoint and this endpoint to create the perpendicular bisector. Now that I have the perpendicular bisector, I just measured this distance L along the perpendicular bisector, which should end up somewhere here. Tapos, since this is now a case wherein you have a given line and a given point, and gusto lang natin mag-create ng parallel line that passes through the given point that is parallel to the given line, then rhombus method lang yung ginagamit natin. Similar sa ginawa dito, no? Saan yun? No, not that one. Ay, dito. Nabura ko pala. Yung basta yung kanina na ginawa nating rhombus method sa etong problem na to, no? So ang ginawa natin is line passing through this point A and is parallel to line 2. So parang ganun lang ginawa natin. Okay? So to do the rhombus method, again, kuha lang tayo ng arbitrary distance. So itong compass na to, arbitrary distance, this one. Tapos you strike an arc here, Pwede rin opposite side, no? Strike an arc here and strike an arc here. Doesn't matter, pero ako gusto ko lang na wala lang. At this point in time, I just felt na mas malaki yung space code on the left side than on the right. Pero I think it could also work, no? Kahit sa right nyo gawin. Medyo maluwag naman. So, nag-strike ako ng arc dito, strike ng arc dito, tapos nilipat ko siya dito para i-strike yung arc, and I can probably do a separate para lang pag sinave ko to tapos binigay sa inyo, mas mag-guide kayo, no? I can do yan, kulay green na lang. Hindi. Yan, tapos nag-strike ako ng isa pang arc dito. Tapos nilipat natin yung compass dito and made the final dito. Okay, ganyan. This was supposed to be green din as well, no? Tapos nung kinonect na siya, na-produce na yung final answer natin, which is this white line right here, no? Yung white line is the final answer. Ito siya. Okay. Okay. So that's line parallel to a given line that is of distance L away. Okay. Now ito, perpendicular to a given line and passing through a point, certain point A. Actually, itong method na to, parang same lang sa ginawa natin dito, no? Tama? Kasi ang gagawin lang actually natin, create lang tayo ng perpendicular bisector that passes through this point. So how do we do that? Okay, the way we do it is we take our compass, then we create mga pseudo endpoints, no? So the pseudo endpoints will ensure na magkakapag-produce tayo ng perpendicular bisector that passes through this point A. Okay? So I'll do something like ganyan siguro. I'm using a small distance para hindi masyadong malaki yung kakainin kong area when I produce the perpendicular bisector. So if I do something like this, ganyan, siguro ganyan. So this pseudo endpoints na i-create ko right here, this one and this one, is exactly the same distance away from this point A, meaning this point A should be the perpendicular bisector. Tama? So if it's the perpendicular bisector, we already know it's the perpendicular bisector. Pwede yung gawin natin, we take our compass, lipat natin sa isang endpoint. Now, hindi mag-work yung method, no, if gagamitin natin yung distance na to because it's exactly half the distance from this point to this point. Therefore, parang yung intersection niya will always be at the A. Gusto kasi natin mag-intersect siya somewhere sa taas, no? So actually, i-increase natin ng konti. So kaya yung pagka nagbabisect tayo, always sinasabi ko sa inyo na it should be slightly greater than half the distance away. So para mga ganyan. para dito yung magiging intersection point natin. Okay? So, gawa tayo ng arc dito. And for this case, similar sa ginawa natin sa ano no, yung angular bisector, hindi na actually natin kailangan maggumawa ng arc dito sa baba. Kasi meron na tayong point dito eh. Si point A. Alam natin nagpa-pass through din siya sa point A. Kasi sinet natin, ganun natin siya sinet eh, na ito si A, si midpoint. Tama? So, we don't need to strike an arc dito. Pwedeng diretso na tayo. Sa taas lang tayo magsa-strike ng arc. So we can do that dito sa opposite side naman. Now what we'll do is, change of the compass. And this is now a final answer actually. No? So pwede ko nang gamitin ng white. May white ink right here. Tapos ito na siya. This is now a perpendicular line passing through point A and perpendicular to line 2. And I can label this line. No? Let's say na this is line 1. Okay? Okay ba tayo? So, itong dalawa, no, very similar yung methods na tinuro ko. Dito, nandito, gumawa ko ng perpendicular bisector. The way I just manipulate it para mas mapadali yung buhay ko at saka para makakreate ako ng mga reference points is is somewhat a bit different, no? Pero basically, yung method of creating the perpendicular bisector remains the same. Okay? May questions ba? O medyo ano naman? Madali lang? Kaya naman, no? Malinaw. Okay, thank you for the feedback, yung mga nag-feedback. Okay? So now let's create, ito naman, instead of the line, the point A is given, or instead of the point A being on the line 2, dito naman sa case na to, outside naman yung point. So this is a line. We are to create line 1 that is perpendicular to line 2, but this time, it passes through a point outside of line 2 and not on the line itself. Given line, I should say, no? So dito, what we want to do is, we want to just recreate this, no? Actually, ang importante lang dito para magawa natin tong perpendicular bisector na to, itong mga pseudo endpoints na to, no? Ito yung parang importante sa atin eh, to create the perpendicular bisector. Okay? So to do that, gagawin natin is, we take our compass, lagay natin siya sa yung pin ng compass natin dun sa point A. Tapos, create tayo ng ganyan. So notice that if we do this, parang ganyan. Tapos, if we, strike 2 arc, dito and dito, parang ganyan. We now have the same situation na na-create natin dito. Tama? So parang ginawa natin is, nag-create na tayo ng pseudo endpoints dito. Okay, so now we can just do perpendicular bisectors using these two reference points. No? So if we take our compass and we estimate, sabi natin slightly larger than the midpoint. No? So if this is the midpoint, mga siguro ganyan. Okay. So we also know na at yung line na i-create natin yung perpendicular bisector also always passes through this point A. So isa lang din yung kailangan i-create. We could either create this way or pwede rin dito. So since doon sa kanina, sa taas tayo nag-create, try naman natin what if sa baba tayo mag-create. So, kunwari ganyan. Tapos lipat natin yung compass natin sa kabilang end. Tapos strike tayo ng arc na ganyan. Okay? Now, if we connect these 2 points, this point and this point, this should be now the perpendicular bisector. And we can now finalize the answer. So I'll be using my white pen. Pwede kong i-extend siya na ganyan. This is now my line 1 passing through point A and perpendicular to line 2. Okay? Fairly simple lang din, no? Same methods. Itong tatlo actually na to, they employ similar tactics no to produce the the perpendicular line or the what is asked of the problem. Okay? Malinaw ba? Any comments or meron bang questions? Okay, medyo okay naman lahat. Maraming thumbs up. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. Thank you and to those who chatted as well, no. Okay, thank you guys. So okay na tayo dito. So medyo mabilis lang pala, no. Wala pang 20 minutes tapos na tayo dito. So we now proceed with the last part na. Tama ba? Tama, last part na kasi sample problem na lang yung dulo. Ito yung last part. We do word ko lang yung colors ha. Tapos port natin yung compass natin. Ay, mali. Compass ko. There it is. Ito. Okay, so now let's draw. Ito naman medyo ano to, no? Medyo ranging sa ano no. Papunta na siya sa difficulty na problem level na siya. Okay? So dito, meron daw tayong given length L and we are to draw square root of 3 times L. Okay? So how do we do that? May idea kayo? How do we do square roots? In general, no? Saan natin nakikita yung mga square roots? In terms of distances. Meron kayo idea? Lalo na sa trigonometry. Yun, 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. You're on the right direction, Remiel, no? So actually, triangles, no? It needs to be right triangles. Okay, that's correct, no? You got the right idea, guys, no? Because if you do right triangles, example, kung meron tayong ganyan, depending on this length here, kunwari, let's label this as A and B, and this is your hypotenuse, C. Yung C actually, yung mga values dito is actually mga square root of something, no? Yun yung makukuha natin. So if we do something like A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2, that gives us C is equal to square root of 5. Tama? Tapos, if we want square root of 3, paano natin makukuha si square root of 3? Square root of 3 can be found if you have, paano nga ba square root of 3? Parang, if you have 2 and, no, sorry. If you have 1 and 1, that gives you square root of 2. Tama? If you have square root of 2 and 1, you'll actually have square root of 3. Tama, no? Kasi square root of 2 squared plus 1 squared gives you square root ng lahat, no? Gives you 2 plus 1. So square root of 3 siya. Okay? So in general, merong ano dito, no? May tawag dito eh. I forgot the name. So it's yung wheel to eh. The something wheel. Siguro nasa lecture yun, no? I just forgot the name ngayon. Pero actually, you can create, if you start off with 1 and 1, kunwari ganyan, no? And maybe some of you have already read the modules, no? And baka naalala nyo. Pero ito, this 1 and 1, you create square root of 2. Okay? Now, if you create another, another angle dito, kunwari you do something like perpendicular line and you do 1, ito makikreate mo is square root of 3. If you do another angle right here na perpendicular, you connect, you create square root of 4. Tapos and so on and so forth. Ito, square root of 5. Ano, square root of 6. The square root of 7. Oh, medyo pangit yung drawing ko, no? Dapat ganyan siya. Oh, wait. 7 ito. At ganyan. Square root of 7. Square root of 8. And so on and so on. Nakalimutan ko yung pangalan, pero it's wheel of blank. Parang ganyan. Maybe you can research. The wheel of something. Don't know. It's a Greek name yun eh. Wheel of something. Wheel of fortune. Hindi, joke lang. It's wheel of something. No? So, yun. We can use this, no? Para makuha natin to. So, if we want square root of 2, 3, dapat dadaan tayo sa square root of 2, then square root of 3. Tama? So, what we do is, pwede tayo mag-create ng itong L, kopyahin natin yung distance siya dito. So, if we want to create a perpendicular line muna yung una nating gagawin. No? So, passing through this endpoint. So, let's just do this endpoint. No? Pwede rin sa kabila. Parang mas okay nga ata sa kabila. No? Kasi, if we do dito, kabila, create siya ng ganyan. Hindi, mas okay dito. Kasi if we do the perpendicular line here, you create this one, then you can do perpendicular line here and create this one. So, mas malaki yung space natin. Tama? So let's do, and yun yung suggestion ko parati guys, no? Before you start the problem, kahit i-freehand nyo muna yung expected solution nyo para alam nyo kung pasok ba siya dun sa space na binigay sa inyo. So I think this is better, no? Dito tayo mag-start. So if we want to create a perpendicular line here, then we need to extend this one. Tama? So extend lang natin siya such that may mapuproduce tayo na parang pseudo endpoints dito, no? Okay? So, gagawin natin is we take our compass. Saan yung compass natin? Ayun. We take our compass, put it in this position kasi dito natin gustong ipapass through yung ano natin, perpendicular bisector. Tapos, similar sa itong method dito, ito, nag-create tayo ng pseudo endpoints dito, no? Tama? So, create lang tayo ng ganyan. That should be good enough. Tapos, create tayo ng itong reference points or pseudo endpoints natin. So, after that, lagay natin siya dyan. Enlarge natin konti. Ganyan. Tapos, we can do sa bottom na lang, no, para diretso produce na tayo ng perpendicular line dito. Okay? Okay, so we can create, strike an arc there. Lipat natin yung compass natin dito. Now, let's strike another arc. Pag ganyan. Okay? Now, we can connect these 2 points right here. Pag ganyan. Tama? And we can extend it. Pag ganyan. And we can extend it a little bit more. No? So, extend it. And siguro, yan, pasok na yung L natin. So, what we can do is, we take our compass. Lagyan natin siya dyan. And then, we'll just copy this distance L right here. So, yung motion ng ano natin, compass natin is, nandito yung pin niya, nandito yung, yung pencil. I-strike lang natin diretso pa, papunta dyan. So, hindi natin kailangan no? I-drawing mismo as construction line to. Pwedeng dito na lang. I-strike na lang natin when it reaches this point. Tama? So, ito na yung distance L. Okay? So, if we connect this actually becomes square root of 2L. Tama? Now, to produce square root of 3L, kailangan lang natin ulitin siya. Square root of 3L, we have this one. Kailangan lang natin i-extend to, no? Para ma-produce tong parang pseudo endpoints ulit natin. Okay? So, if we do, ayan, so, wala kasi built-in ruler dito sa Photoshop, no? So, I'm resorting to, parang ginaganyan ko na lang. Ayan. So, extend ko siya. Tapos, create ulit ako ng pseudo endpoints ko, no? From here, let's just do something like, ganyan ko siguro, that's a comfortable distance. Then you do ito. This will now be my reference points. Tapos, take my compass again. Lipat natin sa endpoints natin, pseudo endpoints, I should say. Tapos, ito, i-increase natin slightly larger than the midway point. So, ganyan. Okay? Merong nalito ata si... Okay, ulitin natin. So, up to this point, okay pa tayo? Sa paggawa ng square root of 2L. Okay pa ba tayo sa square root of 2L na part? Dito lang sa ito, yung pag-extend, tama? So, ang ginawa lang natin is, nag-ano tayo, no? So, if I remove the extension line, so let's remove natin, no? So, ang ginawa natin, di ba, nag-create lang tayo ng perpendicular line passing through this endpoint. So, para ma-create yun, nag-extend tayo ng konti para lang ma-create tong parang reference points. Then, when we did that, nag-create tayo ng perpendicular bisector from here using a distance that is slightly larger than ano. No? So, ito yung nakita natin. This one and this one. Tapos ngayon, in-extend lang natin siya pababa. Okay? Nung in-extend natin siya pababa, ito, we extended it downwards. So, from here, passing to this point, extended downwards. Ang ginawa natin is, kinopya natin yung distance ni L. Kasi, yun nga, gusto natin mag-create ng yung, wait lang parang medyo na halala ka, Wheel of Tonorus. Wait lang check ko. Medyo nababother kasi ako. Wait lang. Sorry class. Nababother din ako. Ayun, it's Wheel of Theodorus or the Wheel of Theodorus, pwede ring Spiral of Theodorus. Yan ito. Gusto kong ipakita sa inyo. Oh. Ito siya class. This is the Spiral of Theodorus. Okay, nakikita nyo? So, ito si Spiral of Theodorus. Parang ganun yung gusto natin i-recreate ngayon, no? Diba? Start tayo with 1 and 1. Tapos, which creates square root of 1, square root of 2. Tapos, pag nag-create tayo ng perpendicular line pag ganyan, we create another hypotenuse dito, which is square root of 3. Pag tinuloy-tuloy mo yan, parang you'll just get an increasing number, no? So, you have square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. Parang ganyan. Okay? So, it's actually a beautiful looking spiral, no? Okay? So, we will try to recreate that. So, ang gagawin natin is, yung 1 natin is unit L siya. So, that is our parang unit measurement natin. So, we have L. So, ang gagawin natin, i-copy natin tong si L dito on the other side. So, gusto natin i-copy yung distance L, this distance L, dito sa itong na-create natin na perpendicular bisector. Okay? So, we copied it. Napunta na siya dyan. Tapos, ang gagawin natin is, from here, i-connect natin tong dalawa. Okay? So, by connecting it, what we do is, we create actually the square root of 2L. Okay? So, may square root of 2L na tayo. So, we need to do the steps again, no? Kasi ang goal natin is makapag-produce tayo ng perpendicular line dito, which is L. Para pag kinonnect natin to square root of 3L na yun. Tama? So, to do that, since eto na siya, gusto natin i-gayahin ulit to, yung may parang reference points tayo. So, for me to be able to do that, kailangan ko i-extend tong line na to. Okay? What I'll do is, extend ko siya ng pagganyan. Okay? So, I've extended my line. Ngayon, kukunin lang ko lang yung compass. Tapos gawa ko ng arbitrary distances. No? So, again, arbitrary lang to. So, I'll just use a comfortable distance, no? Something like that. Tapos, I'll create my reference points or pseudo endpoints like that. Take my compass, move it to one of the endpoints. Tama? Now, I'll increase the distance slightly larger, mga ganyan. And again, since it's passing through this point, therefore, isa lang yung gagawin kong arc o isang pair lang ng arc, no? Hindi ko kailangan gumawa dito and dito. So, pwedeng pumili lang ako either dito or dito. Pero since I'm moving downwards, pag ganyan, I'll just do it this way. Okay? Now, lipat ko to. Move it on the other endpoint. Siguro baka nalilito kayo kasi ganyan tong orientation. No? So, if I do this orientation, baka mas familiar looking na siya. No? Okay? Tapos ganyan. So, ito lang din yung ginawa kanina. No? This is just parang uh, creating a perpendicular line that passes through this point right here, which happens to be the endpoint. No? Parang ganyan. Okay? So now that we've done this, i-extend lang natin siya. So let's just extend that. Extend natin siya such that, oh, wait lang. And you'll use your ruler dito parang i-align nyo yung ruler na to sa point na to and point na to. So extend nyo siya. Ganyan. So I'm just extending it further no para sure ako sakop siya. Okay? Now I'll just copy this distance square root of 2L. No, sorry. I'll copy the square root the L para makuha yung square root of 3. Because if I do square root of 2L, mangyayari dyan is square root of 2L plus square root of 2L gives me 2 plus 2. Square root of 2 gives me 2. 2L ang lalabas pag ganun yung ginawa ko. Kumari nag-square root of 2L ako dyan. Tama? So, ang gagawin natin is, di ba, ang wheel of Theodorus kasi ginagawa natin. So, ang i-copy kong distance is actually not square root of 2L but L lang. So, I'll do this. Compass. Usog natin siya. Okay. Tapos, I'll copy this distance L. And it's the same distance no? Kasi L to, L din to. Tapos, yung distance L na yun, i-move natin siya dito. Okay? Now, if I draw a line here, ganyan siya. This is now L, no? Okay, this is L. And so if I move this, if I copy this and this now becomes my final answer, no? And pwedeng white na gagamitin ko kasi final answer na to. Okay, this is now square root of 3L. So again, it's square root of 3L because we do the calculations. This is a right triangle, no? It's square root of 2L plus L. If we square that, is equal to itong C squared, no? So this becomes C is equal to square root ng 4L squared plus, sorry. It becomes square root ng 2L squared plus L squared, which gives me 3L squared, gives me square root of 3L is equal to C. So kaya ito yung square root of 3 natin. Okay? Mali na ba? And para hindi kayo malito, iwan ko na lang yung calculations. Okay? So that's square root of 3L. Okay? Okay tayo? So para probably iwan ko na lang tong dito, no? Kasi ibibigay ko sa inyo to eh. So iwan ko tong wheel of, sige dito ko na sa notes ilalagay. Iwan ko tong wheel of Theodorus na to or spiral of Theodorus para may reference kayo kung ano yung ibig ko sabihin dito. Okay? So can we proceed with the last one? Last part? Ito, square root of 5. 2. Ito. Last 2 na pala. Let's go. Without the aid of a protractor, let's draw a 15-degree angle. So what is 15 degree? 15 degrees. So we need to do for this particular problem, kailangan natin mag-estimate, no? So there is a bit of estimation dito. Pero we can only do accurate angles if it's a ano no, if we have for example, meron tayong particular angle na ganyan. Um if it's divisible by 2, pwede natin siyang gawan ng accurate angle. Tama? Kasi we can do perpendicular bisectors. But if it's not divisible by 2, for example, ito, we can imagine this as we can do 90. If this is 90, divide 90 by 2. If we take the perpendicular bisector or the angular bisector, this becomes 45 and 45. Okay, this is accurate. We can accurately do this kasi divided by 2 eh. Pero we cannot accurately determine square 15 no kasi si 15 is actually 45 divided by 3. So if we trisect this pag ganyan, we can have square root of 3. Yung trisecting kasi is more of an estimation no. So the technique we'll be using is if we have something like kunwari ganyan siya no, angle siya. Gagawin natin is we connect this angle right here and we trisect this line. Okay, yun yung gagawin natin. If we trisect this line, we can sort of trisect the ano no, para ang mangyayari is we have effectively trisected our angle as well. Kung ita-trisect natin yung chord that is connecting the two angles right the lines that form the angle. Tama? Naiintindihan ba yun? So actually you can do this for example 5 no or dividing by 5, divided by 6, mga ganyan. Pero again, naglo-lose siya ng accuracy pag hindi siya multiple powers of 2. Okay? Kasi yung power of 2, yun yung accurate talaga kasi pagka binisect mo, equal siya. So the way we can prove that it's equal is we just take the chord, no? For example, ito, if we have a random angle, no? Let's just do ganyan. This is your angle. If we take this one and this one, if we get the angular bisector, we can actually produce a right angle dito, and these two triangles that are produced, itong triangle na to and triangle na to, are actually similar triangles. No? Same sila ng dimensions. The problem with trisecting, so something like trisecting, so if you trisect it, parang ganyan siya, you'll notice na hindi na siya similar triangles. Ang similar, ito and ito, no? Tama? Pero hindi similar to. So meaning, hindi talaga totoong tinrisect natin yung angle. So we are banking on the fact that etong line na to, etong chord na to, chord nga ba tawag? It's a chord. I know it's a chord. Etong chord na to, wait lang. I want to get my terms right. Is it a chord? Yes, it's a chord. No? Tama. Chord. Chord yung proper term. Okay, so this chord right here, we are banking on the fact that this chord is somewhat similar or estimates this itong arc right here. Tama? So, if you have larger angles, kunwari, meron kang large na angles, no? So, for example, something like an obtuse angle na ganyan. And I'm just estimating na lang dito class, no? Yung chord na yon, if you have a chord like this, sobrang laki niya. Ang laki ng disparity na to. Tama? So, posible na sobrang layo. Pagka tinrisect nyo to, hindi talaga effective yung pag-trisect nyo ng angle. Kasi sobrang layo ng disparity between the chord and the arc. Okay? So, yung mas malapit is actually for smaller angles. Kasi pag smaller angles, the smaller the angle you produce, for example, ganito, yung arc na napoproduce mo, if you connect the arc and the chord, sobrang liit lang ng disparity nila. Kaya nagwo-work yung trisecting the line, by trisecting the chord, we can estimate the trisection of the angle itself. Okay? So ito, pwede sigurong hindi ko na, I can leave this as an assignment to you guys, no? Pero the way we do it is, we take itong right angle. So itong right angle, pwedeng ang gawin nyo is you create a random line. Create lang kayo ng line. Tapos, you do the technique na ginawa natin kanina, which is create a parang endpoints dito, pseudo endpoints, ganyan. Tapos, create a perpendicular line. So, that gives you the 90 degrees. Tama? So, hindi ko na ulitin, no, kasi we've done it a bunch of times in this lecture. No? So, okay na tayo dyan. That gives us a perpendicular bisector, which is a perpendicular line. So, this is 90. So, si 90, ang gagawin natin is, we first bisect the 90. So, we take our compass. Kuha lang tayo ng ganyan. Again, if it's power of 2, okay lang. Accurate yun. Hindi yun estimation. So, if I do this, let's just do comfortable length. No? So, ito yung ginawa natin kanina. And hopefully, you still remember. No? We do ganyan. Tapos ako, personally, hindi ko na binabago yung distance para diretso lang ako. Tapos, we strike an angle right here, somewhere dyan. Tapos, dun sa kabila din, lipat natin. Compass. Yan. And if we connect these two, this is now effectively bisecting the angle. No? So, this is 45 and this is 45. Now, to get 15, ang gagawin natin, we just trisect the angle. No? So, ito, let's take a, ano no, ganyan. Sorry. Sa gitna. And para mas accurate yung ipoproduce natin. Although, hindi ko na gagawin to. Ganyan siguro. Then, I draw an arc. Pwede siguro i-mark ko na lang instead of drawing an arc. Now, what I want to do is create a chord na ganyan. And itong chord na to, gusto kong i-trisect to. Tama? Naalala niyo kung paano mag-trisect? So, yung trisecting, kaya medyo mahaba yung procedure nito. Di ba? We create a random na arbitrary line na ganyan. Then, we copy this angle. Lipat natin dito para makapag-produce tayo ng parallel line dito. Tama? Then, we do yung arbitrary equal distances na ganyan. Then, we just connect. So, ito siya. And ito. So, ito yung trisecting. So, if we do this, tapos kinonnect natin to, this one and this with this one, gives us 15 degrees. Ito, tig 15 degrees na to. Okay? So, yun. Ang skinip ko lang na part is itong ano, no, pag-create ng ano, nag-estimate lang ako. Pero you remember the strategy naman, no? So, ang importante lang dito is knowing kung ano yung, para paano natin makuha yung 15. So, we can do, actually, pwede rin ang ginawa muna natin is, we do, kumari, if we had the, ganyan. So, pwede nyo i-argue na bakit hindi muna ginawa yung trisect. So, we could do divide by 3. Kumari, tinisect natin to. So, we should get 30, 30, 30. Tapos, tsaka binisect para makuha yung 15. So, pwede naman, kaso ang problema dito, if you remember, yung sinabi ko, pag larger yung angle, mas malaki yung disparity nito and hindi na ganun ka-accurate yung estimation na method na to. So the estimate only works for smaller angles. No? So the smaller the angle, the more accurate the the segmentation of the angle will be. Okay? Lalo na pag hindi pa. Again, this only applies for angles that are not in the power of 2, no? So, yung kung hindi natin dinivide by 2. So, yung divide by 2, mag-work siya for any, ano, no? Kasi geometrically, it makes sense naman. Ito, this is just estimation. Itong trisecting. Okay? So, try natin to. Last na. We're done with, ano, ito, drawing 15. So, we can dedicate the last 15 minutes to draw this challenge. No? So, the challenge is to create daw square root of 5 over 2 times L. Okay? So, obviously, we need a right angle. No? So, kailangan talaga natin ng ganyan. Now, ang kailangan lang natin is what gives us square root of 5 over 2? Tama? So, what can give us square root of 5 over 2? We can do, ano ba pwede? If we do 2 and 1. So kunwari 2L, 1L. This gives us square root of 5, which should give us kung square root of 5 to, pwede nating ano no, i-perpendicular bisector to get square root of 5 over 2. Tama? Pwedeng ganon. Pero an easier way is instead of doing 1L and 2L to get square root of 5, then further dividing by 2, pwede naman, ang gawin natin is L over 2 na lang and L. Tama? Kasi if we do 1/2 plus 1, and let me make sure na tama, no? So if we do ganyan, 1/2 and 1 squared, this gives us 1/4 plus 4/4. Tama? Square root of, yan. So it gives us square root of 5/4, which gives us square root of 5 over 2. Tama? So I think this is easier, no? Than to do the first one. Although yung first one parang mas intuitive, mas madaling isipin. Pero ito mas execution wise mas mabilis to. Tama? Would you agree? Okay ba tayo? Nag-agree ba kayo sa methodology ko? Or would you want 1 and 2 na lang? Okay, may mga nag-thumbs up naman. So I think you agree with me, no? So ang gagawin natin, we do square root of L and 1/2 L muna. No? So what we do is, una, we do the perpendicular bisector muna. We do perpendicular bisector. And since we did this already, no? So pwede sigurong i-skip ko na lang. O sige, para mas tumatak sa utak nyo, no? Ay ano ko na lang. Ulitin ko na lang. So yan. So again, the first the first thing we need to do is extend this, no? So extend natin siya para makaka-create tayo ng mga endpoints natin. Yung pseudo endpoints as to speak, no? Okay? So ito, from there, ipat natin sa ganan. Increase slightly. Tapos draw tayo ng arc dito and another arc dun sa kabila. Using the other side as your reference point, no? Diba? Ganyan. Now I can connect this one and this one. Diretso na. So notice wala tayong dito, no? Kasi we have our first reference point here. So to create a line, we only need 2 points. Okay? So ganyan na siya. So we have our itong perpendicular line. So kailangan lang natin is yung 1/2 L. So to get 1/2 L, create tayo ng perpendicular bisector. Diba? So if we do ganyan, this is the midpoint point, no, somewhere there. So gagawin ko slightly larger para sure ako na magkakaroon ako ng intersection. So it's somewhere dyan. Lipat natin sorry. Ito dito for this case, dalawa yung gagawin natin. Tama? Kasi wala naman tayong ibang reference point. Yan, lipat natin to. And dito. So if you connect the two, this is 1/2 L to. Okay? So this distance right here. Okay? So we can copy that distance. We take our compass. Ganyan. So, sorry. Kunin natin yung distance na to. That's 1/2 L. Lipat natin sa kabila. Dito, this is now 1/2 L. So if you connect this gives us square root of 5. Sorry. This is now pwede ko darken to, no? Kasi this is my final answer. This now becomes my square root of 5 over 2 times L. Okay? Malinaw ba? Okay. I think okay na tayo dito, no? So pwede ko i-overlay yung if we were to do square root of 2L, no? So if we were to do square root of 5 then divided by 2, kasi parang same methods. Ito, instead of using 1 half L dito, I can use 2L na lang dito. So if I do this sa compass ko, copyin ko yung distance ng L, parang ganyan. Lagay natin siya dito. That's 1L. Gawin natin 2L. So, increase pa natin, no? So that's, yan. And obviously, kailangan i-extend nyo siya. So, you have already 2 points. So, madali na lang. You just line up your ruler, dire-diretso siya. So, this is actually 2L, no? So, if I connect this 2, and just to prove no na equal talaga siya, so gawin natin, perpendicular bisector natin tong na-create natin na square root of 5. So, if we did it correctly, dapat equal sila. So, let's try to do that. At somewhere dyan siguro. Yan. Ganyan ko lang para mas makita ko. I think somewhere dyan. Okay. Somewhere dyan. Now, if I connect this one and this one, this is now square root of 5 over L. So, I'll just connect the other one. Ito na lang para mas makita ko. So, this is square root of 5 over 2. Tama? So, if I measure this one, sana accurate yung ginawa ko. Ito. Let's reset natin yung view. If I measure this angle, this distance, it should be the same distance as this one. And may konting inaccuracy, no? Pero I would say that's almost equal, no? Tama? Medyo ano naman, equal. So, nagmadali kasi ako, so kaya medyo may konting discrepancy. Pero you get the point, no? Na you can do this method or you can do this other method. It should give you the same answer. So, okay? Okay tayo? Okay. So, I hope you learned something, no? Sana naging malinaw yung lesson natin today. Uh, uh, I would suggest na dapat talaga mag-practice kayo. So use the practice worksheets. Try to do again kung ano yung ginawa ko, or if you were following the lesson while doing the practice worksheets as well, that would be even better, no? If you have any questions kasi baka later on magta-try kayo tapos biglang tinry nyo, nakalimutan nyo or nahirapan kayo sa lesson, then you can just contact me or si Andrew, no? And we will be happy to give you some pointers or tips. Kasi Biko, magka-cram kayo lahat sa weekend eh. Gagawin nyo tong plates natin on the weekend. Although first plate pa naman tayo, yung first plate, second plate actually pa yung first plate, yung engineering lettering. Madali lang naman, wala namang masyadong technical knowledge kailangan doon. Dito lang, this is your first actual plate, so I think the timing is appropriate, no? At least meron kayong weekend to do it. Tapos, hindi naman ganun kadami yung plates na gagawin. Okay, and don't forget to answer the questions, class, ha. So after nito, after doing the plate itself, meron pang parang short quiz doon sa plate natin, yung questions. Okay, so huwag kalimutan na sagutin din 'yon. It has the same deadline as the plate itself. Okay? May questions pa ba before I end this session? No questions. Thank you. Yung others. Parang konti lang yung nag-feedback, no? Ah, sige, baka nahihiya lang kayo, no? I'll stop the recording na.